Brendan Rodgers was in the presser, and the topic of Liel Abada has come up yet again. Welcome back to Fog Football. Welcome back to the channel. We're here to discuss the fact that it is a possibility that Liel Abada may have to leave with the Celtic winger not in the right frame of mind to play. With Brendan Rodgers dissing out the quote of football is, well, family's more important than football. That's ultimately where it's at. Now, we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes at Celtic, but, obviously with the Green Brigade showing their support of Palestine and Liel Abada being an Israeli, you knew this wouldn't end well. Like, Near Bitton won a lot at Celtic, and he received death threats and everything when he called it the Green Brigade, and, he was talking about the tragic events of October 7th, and yeah, I mean, it's something that you don't really want to talk about. You'd rather just talk about football-related things, but the thing is, at the end of the day, Liel Abada is a star player for Celtic. The guy, he's won trophies with Celtic. He could go on to win countless trophies with Celtic. He's played in Europa League. Has he played in Europa League? No, he might not have played in Europa League. No, he has played in Europa League. He's played in Europa League, Champions League, whatever. And it looks like this kid's career is going to be potentially derailed by the fact he's going to have to leave Celtic. Now, Brendan Rodgers can label it that he's not in the right frame of mind, but is that just due to the fact that he's kind of being forced out by the fact that most Celtic fans that attend the games and also at home are in support of Palestine, which is something Liel Abada just can't get behind. Now, there is a good few of Celtic fans that are not, I think, are for Palestine and Hamas and all that. You've got people commenting, like, saying they can't blame him when the brain-dead imbeciles in the Green Brigade celebrated the mass slaughter of Jews by the Islamist imperialist terrorist group Hamas. So you get people saying that, among other things. And, it has split Celtic fans. I mean, this has kind of been a non-stop debate since October 7th. But at the end of the day, regardless of what you believe in, football players, they're there to do a job, and should that job be really affected by what they do offside, like off the pitch, sorry. No, I mean, obviously, we're not talking about someone that's committed a crime here, of course, but it looks like he's simply being forced out because he's from Israel, which ain't a good look, by the way, from Celtic Football Club, that always bang on about their, a club for everyone and all that malarkey. But here, for Liel Abada, it's sad. He's a good player. But realistically, the guy probably should have just left in January. Of course, anytime you see him, though, play, his head doesn't look right. He doesn't go over and celebrate with the fans. But then, how could he, right? Like, how could he actually go over and celebrate with the fans? No, well, I mean, even if you are, like, pro-Palestine or whatever, how could you go over and celebrate with Celtic fans that are waving flags of a nation, and also right, they're waving flags. Some were Hamas flags they're waving at Celtic Park, and that's Hamas, right? Who, committed terrorist offences on October 7th. I mean, if you put yourself in their shoes, would you be doing it? A lot of Celtic fans, they wouldn't. Would they be celebrating with someone who's celebrating with the British flag? Of course they wouldn't. You know what I mean? And the same goes for Rangers fans. Would they be celebrating with the tricolour? No, so you've got to put yourself in the actual player's feet, in his shoes, man, in his boots. And you've got to think, well, you know what? Got to call it a day, and it's not fair for Liel Abada, and I think he will leave. I mean, Celtic and Brendan Rodgers can get sent out into the press. It's a pretty shite topic for Rodgers having to keep on talking about it, but at the end of the day it's just never going to work, and he's going to have to leave. It's quite that simple. You've got people saying they've had enough of Abada on Twitter, saying that, like, who cares about his mental health? It's funny. They'll come out and say that, but 1 minute, mental health's the next big thing. Next minute, it's get completely thrown under the bus. People can't make their mind up about it. But what do you guys think? Do you think Liel Abada will, in fact, stay at Celtic, or do you think as soon as it comes to that summer transfer window, he's away? I think he's away, and Celtic could be losing it on a lot of money because of this issue, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think, honestly, he'll play that many more times this season. You look at him, came on against Hibs, I believe, or started. I can't remember if he came on or started, but his head wasn't in it. His head was not in it.